actually motivate you to continue scoring 60 rather.
Good evening. I am Major Abhinandan Singh, a veteran of the Indian Army, and today I want to speak to all the youngsters of this great country. All the youngsters are all the passionate people who are having a great dream, who are having a vision to realize, who have seen certain dreams and are working day in and day out. Today, we will talk about what it takes to be a champion. What is a MAMBA mentality inspired by the great basketball player Kobe Bryant? For those of you who don't know, Kobe Bryant was one of the most prolific athletes of our era. He died a few years ago in a helicopter crash. But within his lifespan of 40 years, he left certain messages and he has left a legacy that tells us what it takes to be a champion, what is the ingredient that goes into the making of a champion. And today, we will talk about it. What makes you a champion? What makes you a Kobe Bryant? What makes you a Michael Phelps? What makes you Usain Bolt? Today we will look into it. All of us have certain dreams, certain passions that we as kids want to pursue. But not all of us make it. So what is that X factor that most of us fall apart, while only a few manage to climb up the ladder and achieve what we call greatness in true sense? That is what we will be talking about. I will be covering 5 qualities that go into the making of a champion, starting with the famous quote of Kobe Bryant when he says, quote unquote, "If you see me in a fight with a bear, pray for the bear." Just imagine what is that thought process. He says, if you see me in a fight with a bear, pray for the bear. He's not afraid. Because fear is the first hurdle that we need to overcome if we are to become a champion. The bears of our life, the difficulties, the struggles, the tempests, the storms, the cyclones of our lives, they will be there. They will come. But a champion mindset is never focused upon the problems. He is always looking to find a way out of the deepest and the darkest problems. The darkest of the nights are, after all, nights only. They have to end. They have to give way to the sunshine. So the first mark of a champion, the first thing that goes into the making of a champion is to focus only and only on the solutions to the problems and not the problems in themselves. Yes, we need to be sure, we need to identify and study the problem. But once we have done that, all focus, all energy has to be on the solutions to the problems. Once we have decided that this is the particular road, the particular path that we are going to take, there's no looking back. That is the first mark of a champion. Look back and you are dead. So never look back. The problems are not problems. They are just situations. They are circumstances. They become problems when we take them to be problems. They are just a situation which require us to act in a certain way. So it all depends upon us how we take it. So the first thing is to focus on the solutions and not the problems. That is the first step towards greatness. Now, second, coming back to the great Kobe Bryant and the MAMBA mentality. The core of MAMBA mentality is made up of 2 things: work ethic and the drive to be the best in whatever field you are. These are not just 2 normal terms. Work ethic It is a huge term. We need to understand what work ethic means. It means if you are supposed to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning every day, may it be winters with a sub-zero temperature outside, may it be the burning summers, the work ethic needs you to be there on the ground, sweating, toiling, and struggling at 4 in the morning. That is what work ethic is. You may be tired, you may be broken, you may be having a bad day. Showing up every day is what makes you a champion. Champions are not about results. Champions are only about the process. So show up every day. If you want to get up in the morning at 4 o'clock, get up, come what may, whatever it takes. You should challenge yourself. If you're supposed to get up in the morning, 4 o'clock, that is what you do 365 days a year round the clock. That is what work ethic is all about. And the second part of it is the drive, the hunger to be the best. Whatever field you are involved in, it may be sports, it may be education, it may be certain corporate ladder you have to climb. There has to be a hunger, a drive to be the best, that come what may, I will be the best in my chosen field. So work ethic clubbed with the hunger and the drive to be the best is the second ingredient that will make you a champion. Never look back. 4 o'clock in the morning, rains, winters, summers, springs, all day around, all year around. Repeat that process. Do it day after day, day after day, and day after day. That is what will make you a champion. The third thing is not to consider yourself weak or incapable. Capability does not come from the heavens. Capability is an outcome. Hours and years of toil, of hard work and sweat and struggle and perseverance. First, aim to be the best. Second, do not consider yourself weak. That is how you will be able to fight the bear in the lives, the wolves in the lives. Don't consider yourself weak. Even the great Swami Vivekananda says, weakness is a sin. Weakness is a crime. So don't ever consider yourself to be weak. You have an indomitable spirit. You are insurmountable. So don't consider yourself weak. You have all that it takes to become a champion. The only thing is that belief system that I can do it, and it will come only if we follow the second step earlier discussed, the work ethic and the drive to be the best. Tendulkar was not born a Tendulkar. Tendulkar was the outcome of 16 and 18 hours a day of work ethic. In their formative years in the schools, both Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kambli were partners, playing for the same state, same school. And in fact, Vinod Kambli was considered a more talented player. But what happened after that? Talent has a rotting age. Work ethic and hard work is not. It has no age. So it is not the talent. It is the work ethic. It is the hard work. It is the number of hours that you put in. There were days when Sachin would sleep on the dining table after having batted for 16 and 18 hours a day. That is what work ethic is. Strength will come. You will have that confidence. But first, back that with the hard work, with hours and hours of sleepless nights. You are the sun in the darkness. Don't look for light from elsewhere. The light has to come from within. And that is why I say, don't consider yourself weak. You are infinite. You have an infinity inside you. You have an insurmountable power within you. The only thing is, just realize that you are insurmountable. Realize that you have a will that will never be defeated. You are somebody who refuses to give up, who refuses to be weak, even amidst the biggest of the storms, the biggest of the obstacles. That is what makes Kobe Bryant's. That is what it takes to be a Muhammad Ali. That is what makes Usain Bolt, a Roger Federer, or Sachin Tendulkar. You are not weak. If you are believing yourself to be weak, believe me, you will turn out to be weak. Believe yourself to be a champion, and that is the beginning of being a champion. The fourth point, the most important of all, is to have a great vision. Don't be mediocre with your dreams. Vision has to be so huge, and not necessarily a self-centric vision is what I am talking about. I'm talking about a collective vision, not just aiming for selfish or materialistic gains. Have a greater vision, a vision for the betterment of the society, a vision for contributing effectively to the young minds, to the young souls who need light, who need direction in the whirlwinds of life, who feel lost. So have a vision that is so noble, have a dream that is so great, and have a dream that is so inclusive that you are not just thinking about yourself, but for the society as a whole. For your vision to be effective, inclusiveness is the cornerstone. And if you are thinking about the society, thinking about others before you think of your own comfort, then that is what will surely transform you into a champion in days ahead, in the days to come. Here it is very apt to mention the famous Chetwood credo that the military taught me, and the military teaches all the military men. It is called the Chetwood credo. The crux of the Chetwood credo is very simple. Your nation comes first, always and every time. The men who are working under you, the men you command, comes next, and your own ease and comfort will always be the last. As the famous American president once said, don't think what the nation has done for you. Think what you have done for your nation, for your countrymen. That is the great vision that I am talking about today. So the fourth ingredient into the making of a champion is to have a great dream, a great vision. And I'm sure with great vision, you will feel a great responsibility, and the great responsibility will motivate you, will fuel you to become a champion, and you are born to be one. Believe me. And finally, the last thing that we are talking about today in the MAMBA mentality into the making of a champion is to learn the right lessons from failure. Let me tell you, failure is a part of the process. There is a reason why we fail, and the reason is to grow through your pain, to grow through your failures, to grow through your struggles, and to become a better version of yourself. Failures are not an obstacle, but they are stepping stones to success. There is a reason why we fail, and the reason is to make the spirit within us, the soul within us, a divine messenger of hope, a divine messenger of goodwill. The reason why we fail is to become better versions of ourselves. The victory does not lie in the destination. The victory lies in undergoing the pain and tribulations in the process. The victory lies in the process. You may fail, but if you rise every time you fail, that is what champions are made up of. The most famous and the shortest speech ever given is never, 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 ever give up. Imagine an American president going on the stage and returning by these 7 words. These are not just 7 words. This is the most important, vital cornerstone of being a champion. The champion mindset which says, I will never give up. I may fail. I may stumble. I may fall. I may be broken. I may be battered. I may have a broken back. I may have torn ligaments. But I have a soul that refuses to give up. I have a spirit that is born to win, and I will not give up, come what may. That is what champions are all about. Never ever give up. Learn and grow through your pain. Learn and grow and become a better version of yourself. What you were yesterday, if you are better today than that, believe me, you are in the process of being the greatest man who has ever walked on this planet. I think we've mentioned 5 wonderful things today. For all those young minds who've been sending me messages, who've been calling me and asking me how to go about in life, how to improve. This video is dedicated to all those young people all over the world, or all those people who are giving it everything so that they are able to have an impactful life, a life worth living and remembering. I hope you will remember these 5 qualities, and slowly as we move on, let's try to help each other up. Let's try to build a community of warriors, a community of people who never give up, who have a belief system that is unshakable, who have a fire to be better and to make this world a better place. Let us all, in tribute of the great Kobe Bryant, learn the right lessons from the MAMBA mentality and do what this country, what this world needs from us to be champions in our chosen fields. All the best. Jai Hind.